Hello, hello, hello. My God, my Jesus, it is fucking cold today. Today is Thursday. It has already, I think it's the 27th today, 27th of February. Today it did snow a little bit earlier, so there's that. It's kind of fucking ridiculous that we've got snow, but then there's not. It wasn't. It was like a flurry of snow. It wasn't a lot. Oh Jesus! Oh my God, that's cold. That wind is like wow. So a friend of mine put a comment on my last video about putting a mic maybe onto this, but I was like, I will look into it a little bit, but believe me, it's going to be difficult to hold the phone and and have a mic attached. So I don't know if I'm going to go down that route. But you never know. I get what she means though, because it's kind of difficult when I'm going past traffic and that, and trying to talk. So there is that aspect, and I get that because I'm not very loud. I'm not like the most manly of mans when it comes to things. Which kind of leads me on to the subject we're going to talk about today. Not really manly man. Right. So when I'm out and about, like people people tend to have like a perception of me and like a stigma per se. Like they see me, and a lot of the time people are probably thinking, "Oh, why hasn't he got someone with him? Does he need someone? Does he need help?" And it has happened in the past where I've had people come up to me and say, "Do you need some help?" I've had to politely decline and say, "No, thank you, I'm okay." But and that's when people are being nice. They're just talking to me like an adult. But you do get the odd people that come up to you and go, "Do you need help?" Speaking to you in the 5-year-old tone, and you're like, "Nah, I'm good." You have to kind of laugh it off, but it does get annoying that in this life and in this way that we are perceived per se with people who are with disabilities are trying to live with the stigma of we want to be independent. Yes, we need help. If we need help, we will ask, but people kind of see us as, and I get it, but it's because people aren't exactly trained to the idea that people with disabilities can do things on their own, and they should be really, because all the fucking people who are Paralympians and stuff like that, I get they can do stuff by themselves and that, and like we live in a world where the stigma is if you're in a wheelchair, if you've got a limp, like you've got cerebral palsy, you've got something physically wrong with you, majority of people are going to look at you and go, "Oh, that person needs help." 95% of the people, probably, yeah, they are going to need help, but 95% of people will also have help. They will have people with them. And it kind of jars me to a fact, because it also becomes a stigma within people when you're trying to create a relationship with someone, or even a friendship, to be fair. Like, when you're disabled and everything, trying to make friends is hard enough, but it's harder when people perceive you as someone that is unable to do things. And I'll be honest, there have been occasions that I've made friends and opening up to them about like certain things I have to take time with, because I don't want to bombard them with every problem that I have straight away. But if we get further into the friendship and they start wanting to ask questions, that's what I've always said. If you want to know a question, just ask me. Always have, always will. But I would never want someone to perceive me as someone that is weak, someone that can't do anything and needs help 24/7. I'll admit, there has been times I need help and I don't ask for it because I'm a little bit like, I want to try and be independent as I can. But when push comes to shove, my ego per se has to get out of the way and say, "Alright, I can't do this, I need help." So, and then I have to ask for help. And as the years have gone on with accepting the fact that this disability isn't going away, it's only going to get worse and it's not going to get any better, I have to start accepting the fact that help is something that I can ask for. But people perceive it as even with friendships, they perceive it as, oh, we need to do this for you, we need to do that for you. No, trust me, if you need to do something for me, I will ask. And then then comes the relationship thing of, there's a lot of shallow people out there that will, when I go out and about, they'll only see the chair. They won't see me as a person. And the thing is, I'll admit, good looking, like, I'm not a good looking guy. I'm like I'm a 5 or a 6 on the scale of 1 to 10. But my personality, I can speak, I'm funny to an extent. I may overcompensate because I'm a bit bigger, but I try and make jokes. I want to live life, and my biggest thing is I do actually want to find someone, and trying to find someone in this day and age that isn't shallow, that isn't going to see the chair, that isn't going to judge me for my disability, and someone that isn't going to be disappointed and shy away from walking with me when we go out places. Crossing the street. Hold on, another car going. Go on. Slow. Yep, we go. Let's go there. Okay. I ain't seen that car coming, I'm sorry. Oh, shame, man. Yeah, but not like, that's my genuine thing in life. Like, I had a conversation last night with multiple people about relationships as a whole and the fact that I want to find someone. And it became apparent to me that a lot of people understand where I'm coming from, but because they've not had the similar experiences that I've had with people, it's hard for them to understand what we go through. Like, I'll be honest, I've had people look at me the wrong way just because I'm in a wheelchair, or judge me because I'm in a wheelchair, and I kind of have to have the fact of, alright, they're going to judge me, but if they actually took a second to actually just say, what's your name, what's your passions, and try and get to know me as a person, their perception will be something completely different, I believe. But because most of us have this fucking stigma of, oh, wheelchair, needs help 24/7, is incompetent, most people aren't inclined to date someone in a wheelchair. Or they wouldn't date someone who has cerebral palsy, or anyone like with a physical disability. It becomes like a stigma where it becomes a bad thing to date someone like that. Now, I know a lot of people would say, oh, there are people that date people with disabilities. Yes, but majority of the people that date people are that are with physical disabilities. They show a lot of remorse, and they know that they can go through life being with that person, and they've had a lot of experience with it. Nowadays, people kind of see the world one way per se, and that way is, if you have a disability, you can't do something. And it's almost depressing to think that we live in a world where people believe the fact that some people with disabilities can't have sex. No, a lot of us can. We can have sex, and we may need help, obviously, but it's not an option that we can't rule out. We can have it. I just want to let people understand that there's a lot of us out there that are willing to go the distance and try and find someone. It's just people on the other end need to be more accepting of the fact that we're different. We understand that, but we want a normal relationship. We want people to understand us as equals. And we feel, in a sense, we're not getting that. So if we're not getting that, why do we continue on with going about our lives? Because why should we be the ones putting in all the pressure and putting in all the work for someone to turn around and say, no, we're not going to date you because you're in a wheelchair, or we're not going to date you because you've got cerebral palsy. It's a sad thing that we have to think about, that some of us may not ever find someone, but we want. It's not that we don't want to, we do. It's just that we kind of have to see the world from a different perspective, and not everyone is accepting. But yeah, I'm just gonna basically end it here. Like, this is just a paragraph of life that we have to live, and it's a paragraph of life that we don't want to live. We want to be able to move forward, and we want people to be more accepting of the fact. Yes, we have disabilities, but they're not like a divider of the world. They shouldn't define who we are. If you took your time out of your day and talk to someone with a disability, 95% of people that you talk to are going to be people who are genuine and just want to have either a friendship or a relationship. So if that's something that you can start doing with your life and giving people more of a chance than labeling them and seeing them one way, then great. But if not, then whatever. Until the next video, I'll see you then.